welcome back to your favourite show Below the Belt. My name is Clifton and these are my co-hosts, Lenny and Michael. And this is your favourite show of all time for wrestling fans, Below the Belt. In today's episode we're going to talk about, go for it Michael.
We're going to talk about the significant moments that changed the face of wrestling, our favourite show. Whether it's dumb or it's so good that it impacted our lives. Yep.
So the greatest moments in wrestling history.
We're addressing a question submitted by my personal favorite fan, RVD126, the intelligent people. I repeat, the intelligent people. Well, RVD126 asks.
It's one person, and if you were intelligent, you would know that he is an intelligent person, not a people.
This is not an English class. This is not an English class, okay?
Carry on.
I'm pretty sure that... Alright, we're not going to go into debate on that. Now, RVD126 asks, your top 10 favorite WWE moments of all time, which correlates, now I repeat, correlates means relating to our topic, that is, moments that change the face of wrestling.
Yes.
This can only be understood by intelligent people. And for those of you...
And not this fool Michael.
I disagree. I disagree. But, alright, let's start.
So Michael is going to start because he has 10.
Because I'm the intelligent one.
And
because all my judgments make sense.
Or disagree.
Okay. I'm going to rank from number 10 to number 1, telling you my professional and intelligent views on what event should impact you. And if these events did not impact you according to this order, you're a moron. I'm being serious. Okay, you don't have the rationale to appreciate wrestling. Right, I'll start. My top 10 wrestling moments, addressing RVD126.
Drum roll.
Number 10 would be The Undertaker gets beaten up by Muhammad Hassan and terrorists. That changed the face of wrestling. Because after that show, WWE gave the green light to finally end Muhammad Hassan's career. And that's the last time we saw of him at the pay-per-view.
And it also was when the WWE took notice of, I guess they have a lot, but took notice of what the general public's point of view was and thought that that was actually crossing a line.
I think that was
real events.
I think that was pretty cool, actually.
I liked it. I thought it was a really good angle, but you know, Americans are a little bit sensitive.
Perhaps that's the significance that WWE has put more emphasis on censorship of issues after that. So yeah, that's on my list.
Yes.
Number 9 would be John Cena beating JBL for his first WWE Championship run at WrestleMania. Well, for that event, it signifies the passing of the torch to a whole new generation from the Rock and Stone Cold's era to that of John Cena, Randy Orton, and Batista. So for me, that was a huge event, which also should be a huge event for you. Again, if not, you're a moron.
I think it was significant in the fact that
it
was the start of the John Cena
era.
Which everyone
Chain gang.
And it still hasn't ended, jeez, come on.
John Cena rocks.
Right.
Oh, I'm going to quote that all the stylish people out there would appreciate his style. But of course you don't have a sense of style because you're wearing that shades and
I have lots of style.
We're in a room right now. Anyways, my 8th...
Mr. Cool right here, too.
Thank you, you're calling me Mr. Cool. Now, my 8th ranked most significant wrestling moment would be when WWE buys WCW and ECW, signaling the empowerment of Vince McMahon in gaining control of 2 of his competitors, and we are left without any choices but to watch WWE and suffer with it from there onwards. Of course, now we have worse products like Ring of Honor and TNA, which totally suck. But don't worry, I think this changed the face of wrestling, guys.
This, for me, was the number 1 event that changed the face of wrestling. When Shane McMahon walked onto the WCW stage and said, you know, I own WCW. At the same time, they were broadcasting on WWE. And
then they cut over to
showed
WCW.
That there was only one major power.
See, this is what happened.
It just showed us the end of WCW.
This is what happened.
I knew right from that moment.
This is what happened. Intelligent people rules the world. Again.
What's that got to do with Vince McMahon?
Well, that goes to do with Shane and Vince McMahon and the whole McMahon family. They were so intelligent that they bought their competitors instead of trying to run them out of business.
Well, they tried.
and they bought them.
Yes.
Very smart. Now, my being seventh on my list would be the first brand draft or split, in which Vince McMahon was in charge of SmackDown and Ric Flair was given the helm on Raw. That was the first draft split, the first time where both Raw and SmackDown were separate entities to compete with each other. Again, that's a huge significant event. What do you think, Cliff?
Yeah.
What do you mean, yes? Yeah.
It was significant in that it split the roster for the first time.
Yeah.
And then it became a whole, there were Raw wrestlers and there were SmackDown wrestlers, and you only saw them once a week.
And they had their own pay-per-views, and then they had
And
the feud with
and then we had
Mr.
2
McMahon
pay-per-views a
and-
month, and it was just too much. It got too much, and then they realised they were actually diluting the entire brand by having them split like that. So it's
Well, but they're still doing it.
starting. Yeah, they are. They're starting to. You see more of them on each other's show now. So I think it was significant for that, but I also think that they realised it didn't work. It took a while for them to figure it out.
I think it was a great idea. Honestly, I'm not trying to be all opposing your views, but because WWE, imagine if it was still a one company. You had so many talents. What you gonna do with them?
Yeah.
And you have only one championship to go to, you know?
One brand, there's fewer guys, you know, to get in the limelight. So you think of all the other wrestlers they've got by splitting it up into 3. You
Yeah.
know, they've all got more of a shot now, you know.
Well, I wish they'd start pushing some of those other wrestlers then.
Hey,
You know, this shows a bigger impact. That is, to all you Linnea is hot fans out there, I have proven my point that I'm smarter than her. Okay. Now,
prove that.
for ranking number 6 in my list would be Brock Lesnar bloodying Hulk Hogan. Yeah.
Why is that important?
That's important
How is that
because
significant? How is that one of the greatest moments
Yeah.
in wrestling history?
Hulk Hogan
Michael,
was an
come
old
on.
man.
yeah, that's the whole thing. A young man beating up an old man. Isn't that fun?
Whoop-de-doo.
That's a fun thing to watch. You know.
No,
There goes your intelligence, Michael.
Next.
No, I think all the fans would agree with me. Watching an old man getting beaten up by a young
I'm
guy.
sorry, no, I don't agree.
Especially Brock Lesnar.
We would like to hear from you, smart fans out there, and if
Yeah.
all of you disagree with me.
You had some great points up until
you're,
that one.
well, you're not so intelligent then.
That is not
Huh?
a significant.
It is significant.
It's just a match.
How often do you see an old man getting beaten up by a young man?
All the time.
Wherever Ric Flair wrestled.
What, all the time? What, you live in Brooklyn?
No,
Okay, alright. I made my point. Now, ranking 5th in my top 10 wrestling moments would be Stone Cold's first King of the Ring speech after his victory, Austin 316.
Austin 316.
I was forced to put this into my list because I was looking through websites and forums and all the fans liked it. Well, I just had to put it in. It tests my intelligence. I'm not a Stone Cold fan.
It is a completely defining moment. Everybody knows about that speech. You may not know when it happened or where it happened, but everyone knows.
Austin
So I say,
316
Austin
just
316 says, I just kicked your ass.
And that was the beginning of the Attitude Era.
Yes, it
massive
was.
push for Stone Cold after that, winning King of the Ring. And then a few other King of the Rings were pretty prominent. Now it's just a toilet bowl. It's like ECW. Next.
Ranking 4th on my list, this is going to be shocking, is when Goldberg arrives in WWE and takes out The Rock.
I don't even remember it.
What?
Nah.
Because only smart people remember it.
I
Alright,
think it was
okay.
that
Memorable
important.
if you're a
It
big-
was important. It
You're a
was
big
the
fan
defining
of
moment where WCW's anchor submitted to the pressure of WWE, coming to WWE, beating The Rock up in a scripted match, and it made all the difference. It was a defining moment where
Difference to what?
no, it made a difference because WCW fans who idolized Goldberg, who thought that, you know, Goldberg would stand up to fight for WCW's brand, has finally submitted to the big paychecks that WWE is paying him.
Okay.
It was a huge moment showing that all the fans at home who loved Goldberg and who loved WCW for that sake, you lost. Goldberg submitted to WWE in the end. How relevant is that? Now, ranking 3rd in my list would be